Proverbs 4. Another chapter sharing the wisdom of the great King Solomon. And this one has got some really good stuff, especially for young people. The king starts out by saying, "My son, listen carefully to the wisdom I have learned. Listen carefully to my insight. This is how you will learn discretion, and you will be able to explain what you have learned." You know, discretion is something that typically comes from learning over the years. It's like the old adage, a wise man learns from his mistakes, the wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. Or another version of that, it's not my notes here, but learn from your mistake. Learn from the mistakes of others, because you won't live long enough to make them all by yourself. Discretion is valuable and should be treasured, so listen and learn. That's what the king says. He has learned so much. No doubt he wrote this late in his life. And he says, listen carefully to my insight. That is how you will learn discretion. You know, discretion. How do you describe it? Well, if you're in a group and people are a little upset over what a leader's saying, the young man, me 50 years ago, 40 years ago even, hopefully not 30 years ago, the young man just blasts out with his irritation, frustration, whatever. The older man who has learned doesn't have to say anything. He waits. See what his words will do when the time comes. Instead of speaking out immediately. Not the same, but a little different. I was visiting a group this week, and they were sharing a meal together. About 15 people or so. And there were lots of people talking, 2 different tables. 4 tables pushed together in pairs. Anyway, they were, you could hear conversations going on. And there were some people that it seemed like if there was 2 seconds of silence, they had to start a new story. Now, I got lots of stories, people. But I was just sitting back and relaxing and enjoying. Why? Well, it isn't important that I share all my stories all the time, everywhere I go. Sometimes other people need to talk too. Not just blurting out whatever. And some of those people that were boom, 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 story, they weren't young people. Some people don't learn. Sometimes it's valuable to listen. That's not in this chapter, but the king will say that. I just thought I'd throw that in. Now we get to the meat of this chapter. King Solomon's going to compare 2 different life choices. And this is very important. And I think when my father was 30, he would have said this applies to the 20-somethings. I'm going to tell you today, based on my experience, it applies to almost everybody on the planet, or at least in America. Verses 3 through 14, I'm going to break after verse 6, but 3 through 14 all go together. He says, the lips of an immoral woman are so sweet, and her words are so very smooth. But it won't be long until she is as bitter as rancid vinegar and as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Her feet go to death and her steps lead to the grave. She does not care about eternal life. Her paths wander without a destination, and she doesn't realize it. Lust does not lead to love, people. It destroys love. Lust causes emotional problems and confusion. Lust confuses your thinking. And lust damages your spiritual relationship with God. The king continues in 7 to 14, my sons, listen to me. Do not ignore what I say. Keep your distance from an immoral woman. Do not even go near her house, or you will lose your honor and your dignity to a cruel man. Strangers will take all of your wealth, and someone else will enjoy what you have acquired. At the end of your life, you will groan. Your body will be crippled and helpless. Then you will say, I hated discipline. I hated correction. I refused to obey my teachers or listen to my teachers. I faced public humiliation in front of God's people. Oh, I don't know what to say. Lust. And he's really talking about a man and a woman. A man lusts after this other woman, leaves his wife behind. We're going to get to that in 15 to 20. He destroys his relationship with his wife. But it's worse than that. You know, I've got friends that have been married 3, 4, 5 times. And you know, every time they get married, getting a divorce becomes easier and easier. People lust. A man lusts for another woman, and he might bounce from woman to woman to woman to woman. Never settle down with one and build the relationship. People, marriage counseling 101 here. If you're going to get married, you're going to have problems. You got to work through those problems till you fit together. And it's worth it. It's worth it. I got 51 years. I had a pastor one time, when I'd been married about 30 years, 35 maybe. And he said that he was a better marriage counselor than I was because he'd been divorced twice. But he took a class at seminary, taught him how to do marriage counseling. So he knew more about it than I did. Like I say, do you want to go to a marriage? Do you want to go to a mechanic that rides a bicycle to the shop because he can't get his car running? What's wrong with it? I don't know. Have you tried to fix it? Yeah, I can't figure it out. Is that the mechanic you want? Or do you want a mechanic that's got 3 cars, all old, all running smooth? People, especially in today's world, lust can lead to major problems. How many times have you seen a public figure like a minister, a police officer, politician, get caught in sexual sins. And as this this proverb says, this will result in strangers acquiring all your wealth. Think lawsuit. People, when you are old, you will recognize how foolish it was to despise being corrected and how foolish it was to disobey leaders. Hopefully you learn it before you get old. It's never too late. So verses 15 to 20, we go to the good side. Instead, drink from your own well. Let's stop right there. He's talking about have love for your wife, not lust for a sugar baby. Instead, drink from your own well, running water from your well. Why allow your springs of water to flow into the streets? Your running water flowing into the public square. Keep your water for yourself instead of sharing with strangers. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. She is a loving deer, a graceful doe. May her breasts always satisfy you. May you always be intoxicated with her love. Why would you want to be intoxicated with an immoral woman? Why fondle the breasts of a promiscuous woman? Oh, these verses contrast 3 through 14 pretty good. Lust for a temporary sexual relationship compared to the great value of a relationship built on love. Oh. Yeah. People make comments about me that I'm addicted to my wife or intoxicated with her, and I haven't heard that one, but they'd say it. It's true. We've worked hard to make our marriage work, and it works, and we enjoy it. Our love for each other is unbreakable. Verses 21 to 23, God sees every choice you make, every direction you choose. The evil things people do will trap them. Their sins will tie them up. They will die because they do not exercise self-control. Instead, their own foolish choices lead them in the wrong direction. Lust or love, make the right choice.